Welcome to the Katie C. Sawyer podcast. I'm your host, Katie, and we are kicking off season 2 of the podcast series. I'm so excited to be sitting down with you guys today because I'm going to take this opportunity to recap 2024 and follow up on what we can expect to see in 2025. We've had some really incredible accomplishments and some really exciting conversations in the works. So y'all stay posted because, as always, this is going to be a good one. Hello and welcome. I am so excited to have you here. As you might be able to tell if you are watching this podcast on YouTube, I am not sitting in my traditional office. That's right. We are located in San Diego right now. I'm kind of just following Drake around, if I'm being honest. I helped take the boat up from Cabo to San Diego, just a 700-mile journey in a head sea. Was not exceptionally fun, but we made it. And right now I'm sitting in my brother's office. He's so generous to loan me and feeling pretty sun-kissed on this January day. It's been really lovely being in San Diego, but the boat's getting some work done, a new deck's getting put in, and a lot of other aesthetic things. It's going to be exciting, but I'm going to be honest, I am not disappointed to not be involved in the boatyard projects. If you've been on boat crew, if you've worked in the boatyard, I know you can vouch for me when I say that. So I've been putting my time into a couple other exciting things, but we'll get to that a little later. I want to start this podcast by recapping what 2024 looked like. It was an incredible year for me with a lot of reasons, one being that I launched this podcast. We had some amazing high-hitting episodes already, just kicking it off the bat, like Bluefin Science with Chloe Michaels, Lure 101 and the Kona Fishery with Chris Donato, How to Fish the Gulf of Mexico and the Mongo Tournament with Jeremy Cox, and so many more amazing episodes. You guys, if you haven't listened to season 1, definitely take a step back, look at all those interviews. There's some really, really cool conversations, lots of knowledge, lots of fishing knowledge, but also lots of scientific knowledge of what's going on in our industry and a little bit of hunting insight. Another thing that was exciting about 2024 is I partnered with GZ Tackle. GZ reached out to me and they said, "Hey, Katie, we really want to expand our shop to the light tackle fishing, light tackle bill fishing." GZ is very well known for GZ lures, but they are actually a one-stop shop tackle store. They've specialized in heavy tackle for a long time, and when they told me that they wanted to go into light tackle bill fishing but focus on the tackle that the top tier fishermen are using, I thought, hey, this group of people is exactly the kind of people I want to partner with in a tackle store. So I helped them build out their entire light tackle shop, and that was a heck of a project. All of my favorite line, braid, tackle, hooks, crimps, teasers, even reels will be able to be sourced on the GZ Tackle site. So definitely keep that in mind. Went ahead and created a micro course series based on GZ's growth. I pitched to them, hey, if you guys want to expand your shop, I want to be a part of that, but I will make my own micro course series that you can then use on your website and I will gain affiliate sales from. So if you guys like my content, please feel free to use my link to the tackle shop. It's in every description of my videos, every single video. And what that does is it just pays me a commission on the sales generated. It's win-win, no extra cost to anyone, and definitely makes a big difference for me. Now, I created a handful of micro courses focused specifically on light tackle fishing with a little bit of emphasis on heavy tackle, like teasers and lures and marlin fishing. But I created 29 micro courses. I have released 8 that go into how to use a reel, the different lingo on the reel. And I'm talking about conventional offshore reels here. As well as different line, what the line classes stand for, where to use the line when, the differences in different hooks, what leaders are, and we had to pause the microcourse release because it was taking quite a bit of time to source some of the tackle, but we're about to kick those back off. I'm really excited about it because my next episode, my next microcourse to release is going to be how to build a wind-on leader. Now, this is a question that I have received so many times on the internet and in person. I've taught so many people how to make a wind-on leader, and it's going to be a good one. All of these micro courses can be found completely free, you guys, on YouTube, on the KDC Sawyer YouTube page, as well as on the GZ Tackle website, which I think is gzlures.com. Not sure on that one, so I'm going to check on it and edit this out if it's not. Another exciting part of 2024, when I fell off this podcasting, was when another exciting part of 2024 was the month I spent in the mountains of Idaho elk hunting with my bow. Now, if you followed my journey, you know that that was a very new experience for me. I'd never been on a Western hunt before, much less a bow hunt. I'd never seen an elk before, but what I wanted to do was experience something new. I wanted to put myself outside my comfort zone, and that is exactly what I did. To say that I felt like a fish out of water is such a gross understatement. It was very much that way. But after a month, I felt like the mountains was a place that I had a spot, like the mountains had a part of my heart. I definitely have a piece of me that belongs in the mountains. And as a result, Drake and I will be going back out to Idaho. We had a friend help us, and we got lucky enough to get another elk tag, one for each of us, which will be really, really great. And there's a lot to tell in that story. I'm not even going to give you the ending results because I have a good friend of mine who was on my podcast last season, Luke Dusenberry. You guys, what a star, what an incredible human, what an incredible hunter and videographer. If that interests you at all, you have got to check out that episode. But Luke is building out a movie for me, a short film on my hunt, and I'm really excited about that one too. So we'll tell you that story as it comes out. It should be finished in the next few weeks. So I'm very excited about that. I'm very excited to share that journey with you. It was definitely something for the books, finding yourself in such an uncomfortable environment that is so different than anything you've ever done before is quite humbling, to say the least. And then after the elk hunt, I went home for less than a week, packed up, and took myself to the other side of the world. Literally, I don't think I could have been further, like in a country that's further from home. I went to Australia. And the point of going to Australia was to fish the giant black marlin season on the Great Barrier Reef. It was insane. That's exactly what I did. I spent a little over 2 months down under and had just a mind-blowing experience. Now, once again, I completely took myself out of my comfort zone and went to Australia and to a new culture, a new language, a new fishery, a new boat, a new crew that I had never met before, and just kind of dove right into a new style of stewarding, which is what I was doing there. And stewarding, is that even a word? You got it. It's fine. But if anyone tells me that Australian is not a different language than what we speak here in North America, then you are wholly mistaken. It is very much a different language. And yes, it is technically English, but all the words are different, and we're going to dive into that. I've got some really, really cool episodes in the work this season with some incredible people I met there. Really just exciting conversations. But to tell you the truth, you guys, I was about a week in. I got on the boat. We went out for 7 days. We were offshore for 52 days consecutively. The turnarounds were insane. It was overnight turnarounds. We'd get back at the dock at 6 p.m. Grocery store closed at 7 p.m. I had to drop laundry, get groceries, come back, clean the boat, restock everything, pick up laundry. Thankfully, we had an all-star laundry service for most of it. Pick up laundry, make all the beds, do the linens, everything, eat, sleep, do my own laundry, which was not going in with all the boat laundry, right? And then do it all over again. We were leaving the dock by 7 a.m. the next day. That is what is that? That is a 13-hour turnover. That is a 13-hour turnover while the boys cleaned the boat and refueled. It was insane, but really an incredible experience. But about a week in, it wasn't even. I was like, the first trip we had 4 people on the dock on the boat, so there were 8 of us in total, right? And 56-foot boat, and really small, which is great. Oh man, the vessel was insane too. Like, it was a really cool boat. We'll touch on that in the future, but it was so rough. Like, it was so rough. And I had touched on, new culture, new language, new people, new boat, really rough seas, and I thought, "Uh-oh, I have made a mistake." Oops. But I stuck through and had an amazing time and met some incredible people, and we'll definitely be having them on this podcast this season, and I can't wait to share that. I can't wait to share that with you guys. So after after the 2.25 months in Australia, getting home, I felt like as soon as I got on the plane for my 14-hour flight back to San Francisco, which is still like 9 hours away from home, right? I it was the first time I'd stopped in a really long time, and I about just like crashed completely. By the time I got home, I hadn't seen my family in so long. I hadn't seen my poodle in so long. That was without a doubt the hardest part. And I just recharged, and I have taken the last month and a half to myself to reset, to reboot, to plan for the future. And here we are now, season 2, episode 1. Really excited to be here, fully recharged, and I've got some exciting things for you guys. So first off, my guest list for season 2 on the podcast is top notch. I've got Hannah Drake. Have you ever heard a podcast episode with Hannah Drake before? No. I got her. We're doing it. Next one, I've got Monique Richter, who has made herself extremely successful off the billfish industry and is a personal hero of mine. Both those ladies are personal heroes of mine. And you know what? I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait on the spoilers. No more spoilers, but we've got really, really cool conversations coming y'all's way. Also, like I touched on, we're about to restart the micro courses, which are completely free on YouTube, on the GZ Tackle website. You can get your one-stop shop for all bill fishing, whether you're doing light tackle sailfish, light tackle strap marlin, bait and switch blue marlin, or lure fishing blue marlin. And of course, let's not forget the whiteys. The whiteys exist too. We love them all. And I'm really excited about that project. Another new thing that we are doing, and if you've been following me on social media, you know this already. And if you don't know this already and you follow me on social media, you have got to sign up for my email list, because you are out of the loop and you need to be in it, like fully in it, right? So I have started a women's only bill fishing clinic. We are going to do a lot of exciting locations, a lot of exciting fisheries, and I'm pretty pumped on it. The first one ever is going to take place. The first one ever is going to take place in the Galapagos in April of 2025. And to say that I am ecstatic is an understatement. First off, the fact that the Galapagos are such a biodiverse, incredible space. The ecosystem is absolutely insane, and I have always wanted to go there since I read the Kurt Vonnegut book when I was like 16 years old. It's just mind-blowing what that place has to offer. So already I'm excited about that. But to be developing a girl squad, a women's squad on the water that's learning how to bill fish, all the ins and outs. I'm talking knots. I'm talking rigging. I'm talking feeding the fish, hooking your own fish, proper angling techniques, and so much more. I'm really excited about this. I'm really excited about this opportunity and this new avenue that I have decided to take. I have an incredible lineup of women for my first trip, and I'm just really excited about getting them out on the water and learning more about what it is to coach billfish. I've been doing that on the boats that I've worked on for the last decade, but to actually develop a clinic and do this in that purpose with a full crew. So in the past, I have been part of the crew when I'm coaching. So my attention isn't fully given to the coaching, right? Because I'm making sure that I'm doing my job. However, here I'm going to have a full crew. So all of my attention is going to be focused directly on the women in my cockpit that want to learn and all of their questions, no matter their skill level. And it's going to be really, really, really great. So I'm excited about that. I am working on a couple more clinics right now. These clinics will probably be taking place in the end of 2025, fall, probably October, November, December time period. So if you are interested in that, let me know. We'll get you my opt-in. I'll get you on my email list, and you can be the first to know when those get announced. It's first come, first serve. So you guys, I'm serious. Get on the opt-in. I can't get over how much demand there was when I announced these clinics. So please do that if you're interested. It's a great gift for your wife, your sister, your cousin, your bestie. And yes, they're ladies only clinics, but if you want to book a retreat or a vacation or anything like that, let me know. I might be able to find a solution for you. Now, keep in mind, this is bill fishing, so please don't come at me with a budget of $1,200 expecting to go on a 4-day trip. It's not going to happen, you guys. It's not going to happen. It's unfortunate. I get it. But hey, I'm just being honest here. However, if you're somebody that's wanting to learn and you are wanting to gain more experience, but you have a hard time finding the money to go bill fishing, this is one of the hardest parts of our industry. It's hard if you don't have the money, and especially if you're a lady, I'm going to call it, especially if you're a lady, because the job opportunities, however, they are getting better, but the job opportunities are few and far between. So as a result, I am in the process of trying to develop a scholarship program for my clinics. So if that interests you, definitely let me know. And it would be really great to help. That's good analytics. Let me know, and I can help pitch a proposal to potential scholarship donors, right? Sounds like a good thing to me. So 2025 is going to be a big one. We've got some really exciting projects. We're coming in full throttle with the podcast. We're coming in full throttle with the micro courses. You can't slow me down. I'm on a Spencer yacht. You know what I mean? Like, those things go fast, right? 2025 is going to be a really good year. And if you guys have other ideas you want to see me start developing, I'm all ears. Like, let's go. You know, I don't stop. You know, I can't stop. I hustle. And this is going to be a really, really cool year for me. I also have a couple other things that are working in the books. There is a documentary that I hosted that should be coming out soon, and fingers crossed for that one. We will expand on that a little bit more in a podcast with a treasure of a human being that I met when I was filming this documentary, and I can't wait to have him on board, but no spoilers there. It's going to be a good one. And I'll tell you a little bit more. Actually, no, I'll tell you now. Like, why the heck not? So the documentary is filmed. I'm not going to give you like spoilers on the documentary, but I really want you guys to get psyched up for it because it's so good. It is so good, this film. The team that we had working on it was incredibly talented, and I met some amazing people. And this film took place on the island of Ossabaw, which is an island in Georgia that has been privately owned for the last century and was partially donated, sold for very cheap to the Georgia Department of Natural Resources, or the state of Georgia, by the lady that Mrs. West. Now, what an incredible human being. Like, holy cow. She grew up on this island. She was an American heiress. They bought the island. Her family bought the island in 1910. I think she was 11 years old. I might be 1920 and she was 11 years old. That's probably what it is. I don't really remember. It's been a while since we filmed it, but this woman just fought tooth and nail for this space, and it is such a cool space, and it's protected, and there's turtles that nest on it, and it will never be developed. The wildlife is all natural, and it's just beautiful with the Spanish moss growing on that big oak trees. And the wildlife technician on the island, this is the only person that lives full time on the island since Miss West passed at the ripe young age of 108. It's just crazy to me. It's amazing. The wildlife technician that lives on the island, he's been there for the last, I want to say 15 years, and he's a hoot, like, I mean, he lives on this like vacant island by himself. And other employees from the DNR come in and they go, and there's biologists that work on the island, and it's just a fascinating story. It is such a cool story. So y'all get excited about that one. It's going to be an amazing thing, and I'm really excited to have been able to be a part of that program and a part of that adventure and a part of that storytelling. And my first time doing a documentary, so I'm curious to see what y'all think about it. I'm pretty amped on it, if you can't tell. So we'll have Cody on, and we'll talk a little bit about him, what he does, but also his stories, because you guys, he's just a champ. He's a good one. You're gonna love him, and it's gonna be great. So we have the documentary coming out. I also have some other projects that I can't tell you about just yet, but just keep in mind there are exciting things in the works over here at the KDC Sawyer brand, and the KDC Sawyer Rizzo is a French word. Network is the one I was looking for. And and yeah, so that's a wrap on the first episode of season 2, where my goal was to just recap on what 2024 was and give you an idea, just a little taste of what 2025 will be. As always, I'm seriously so excited that you are here with me and that you're interested in what I have to say and the conversations that I want to have. I have some really incredible guests. I don't necessarily agree with everything my guests say, but I do agree with their values. Every single time we have the same core values. We love the ocean, we love the wildlife, we love nature, and we want to find a way to protect it. So this is something that is the core of who I am as a fisherman, who I am as an outdoorsman, as a spear fisherman, as a hunter. These are all my core values: to reconnect with wildlife, reconnect with nature, reconnect with myself through all of those things, and really just grow in my endeavors. I feel like 2024 was a great year of growth for me, and 2025 is just, let's just sustain it, right? Well, no, sustain isn't the word. If you can see me, I'm giving, jazz hands. Jazz hands got a little crazy on the mic. Sorry if you heard that. But yeah, 2025 is going to be the year of development, of expanding, of just getting things good. Oh, also, I wanted to show you guys my new shirt. Check it out. Well, it's pretty cool. This company's really, really great. It's called Yame. I'll tag them in the description below. They have incredible products. They're super comfortable, organic materials with wooden buttons, local artists supported, really, really cool brand, really, really cool product, super comfortable. I don't get affiliate sales on them. Like, I'm not getting any commission by telling you that. I just really like my whale shirt because I think it's so sweet. And that's a wrap. Thank you so much for joining me today. Like, comment, subscribe, share if you want to share my rambling with anybody. I'm happy with it. If you don't, that's fine too. You guys rock. As always, don't stop chasing your wild. We'll be seeing you out there.